Okay, picture this. The cameras flash, the entire internet just stops scrolling.
Yeah.
For months, right, there's this constant buzz, this hum of speculation, the pop superstar, the NFL tight end. It was everywhere.
Drowning out everything else, pretty much.
Then, bam, confirmation. It lands. This perfectly staged photo, the diamond just, wow, sparkling like crazy.
Like a supernova.
And that caption, one line, perfect.
And just like that, Hollywood had a brand new obsession.
Totally. A love story that wasn't just confirmed, it felt like it was strategically launched, like a major cultural event.
Absolutely. It was a rollout.
Welcome to this deep dive. Join us as we dig into the Hollywood drama, the music industry shakeups, the viral scandals.
From red carpets to social media blowouts, we get into the real stories behind all that fame.
And today we are diving deep into the engagement that basically broke the internet.
We're going past the headlines here. We're going to look at the timeline, the pretty staggering cost of the surprise itself. And crucially, the thing that really kicked things off, that one detail about the ring.
Ah, the ring.
Yeah, the one detail that turned this, romantic moment into a massive cultural debate about emotional intelligence, about what we expect in relationships now.
Okay, so let's start right there with the digital explosion. The speculation had been building.
For ages.
And then it just stopped. Tuesday, August 26th, 2025. And what followed was, well, like you said, a masterclass in modern PR, the end game.
Right. They didn't leak it. No tabloid exclusive. No big interview first.
Nope.
They went direct. A joint Instagram post. Really carefully put together. And that move, well, it let them grab the story instantly. Control it globally.
Total control. The first version the world got was their version.
Exactly.
And the impact was just seismic. Isn't that the right word?
It really was. Over 1 million likes in, under 10 minutes?
Less than 10 minutes. It climbed past 18 million super fast.
Yeah.
It triggered this digital tsunami that I don't think even seasoned watchers saw coming.
No, the scale was something else. And think about the ripple effect, the collateral damage almost.
Yeah.
You had ESPN sending out push notifications, like breaking sports news, urgency for celebrity engagement.
That's wild.
And the really surprising thing, PolitiFact, the fact-checking site. They actually had to step in and formally verify if the engagement was real.
Hold on, PolitiFact. Why? I mean, aren't they usually focused on, politics? Doesn't that feel a bit weird, like legitimizing gossip?
Well, it's fascinating, right? Because it shows the whole thing wasn't just fluff. It got so huge, generated so much noise, and frankly, misinformation.
Ah, okay.
They kind of crossed the threshold. It became this cultural fact that needed an official stamp just to cut through the chaos.
Yeah.
Their engagement wasn't just news. It was total media saturation.
Wow, okay. And the caption summed it all up, didn't it? Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married, Jess.
That's the genius right there. Just nails their brands, these distinct but somehow complementary public images.
Yeah.
She's a thoughtful, wordy songwriter, cerebral. He's the grounded, high-energy athlete.
Opposites attract.
Exactly. By framing it like this simple high school romance thing, they make their crazy mega celebrity lives feel kind of relatable. It's strategic. It grounds them.
It really does. And it makes you think the whole public reveal the timing. The photo is planned down to the microsecond.
I didn't think so.
But, okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. The actual proposal. Forget PR plans. This needed operational secrecy. Think spy movie level.
Oh, absolutely. Let's shift gears from that controlled public launch to the incredibly complex, very private execution.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the $38,000 secret garden ruse.
The setup was brilliant. Pure misdirection. He used a recording of his own podcast, New Heights.
With her as the big guest star, yeah.
Right. It's this elaborate cover story.
And this wasn't some quick chat. They were filming for, 3 or 4 hours inside his Missouri place, the $6 million one.
So while she's totally focused on the podcast, thinking that's the main event.
A whole production crew is outside, secretly turning the backyard into, paradise.
The details here are just nuts to make sure she couldn't see anything. Blackout drapes on every single window.
Every window.
And get this, he had a temporary wall of hedges put up just to hide her own photographer.
Your trusted tour photographer, yeah, who's waiting to capture the moment.
And she said later she had absolutely no idea, completely oblivious to all this chaos happening feet away.
That level of planning, it shows this wasn't just, I'll ask her now. It was about creating this perfectly designed memory. No spoilers, no leaks, no accidents.
So podcast wraps up. He leads her outside, and she described it as a secret garden oasis.
And sources confirmed it was pretty breathtaking. A 20-foot domed structure, like an arboretum, covered in vines, roses.
Thousands of flowers, like over 2,000 blooms, 1,200 roses, almost 800 pounds of greenery.
Yeah, event pros estimated the flowers alone, just the installation, cost maybe as much as $38,000.
Wow.
That speaks volumes about the commitment, not just to asking, but to the setting, the whole experience.
But you know what really gives it that emotional punch? It's not the price tag.
No, it's the vulnerability, right?
Exactly. She shared that Travis, who she described as, professionally not a nervous person,
Right. Cool under pressure, usually.
was actually really anxious during the podcast recording. He even admitted his heart is racing. Think about that, doing a multi-hour show, knowing what's coming right after.
That's what connects. It makes the superstar athlete human. All this meticulous planning for months, and the moment itself still gets to him.
She rated the effort a 10 out of 10, naturally.
Of course. And the timing proposal around August 10th, podcast airs August 13th, public announcement 13 days later on the 26th. That number 13, always significant for her.
Always. And all that effort, the secrecy, the nerves, the 38 grand garden, it all led to one thing: the ring. Which brings us right to the core of this whole thing, the cultural flashpoint.
Exactly. Let's pivot now from the how and when to the what. That $1 million ring, and more importantly, the story behind it. That's what became this, cultural litmus test.
Okay, so the headline here. He was taking notes. Why the ring's backstory blew up into a commentary on relationship expectations.
First, the basics. Custom design, reportedly a 10-carat diamond. Value, around $1 million.
Big number, but like you said, that's not the real story.
No, the real story is what she revealed afterwards. She said the jeweler, he picked him based on a video she'd just casually shown him, like a year and a half earlier.
Wow, a year and a half, and she'd forgotten she even showed it to him.
Totally forgot. And more than that, he apparently had the finished ring for a really long time, just waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan.
And her reaction, her confession, really, it just exploded online. She said what moved her most was, quote, he listened to me.
That simple phrase, he listened, and boom,
Yeah.
instant, massive, polarized debate across social media, all about emotional labor.
Okay, so this is where it gets into the weeds a bit. It stops being about diamonds.
And it starts being about psychology, yeah.
Yeah.
You basically got two camps, really loud ones.
Camp one.
Camp one argued her, quote, bar is in hell. Their point was, look, shouldn't a partner paying attention be the absolute basic expectation, not some huge surprise we all applaud?
Right, like remembering stuff your partner likes shouldn't be headline news.
Exactly. What does that say about general expectations if listening is seen as extraordinary?
So when people talk about emotional labor here, what's the core idea?
It's about that invisible work, right? The effort it takes to keep a relationship going, manage a household, remember little things, birthdays, preferences, future plans, stuff that keeps things running smoothly on an emotional level.
So Kelce, remembering that jeweler from 18 months back,
Was seen as him actively doing that labor, paying attention to her inner world, her desires, even the forgotten ones. He was proactively engaged.
which leads us to Camp 2.
The much larger camp, actually. They saw it as the ultimate green flag, total opposite reaction.
How so?
They framed his long-term listening not as basic, but as a sign of real emotional intelligence, proof of deep investment. Like that one fan quote that went viral. Travis didn't just give a ring, he gave proof that he's been taking notes like it's a final exam in love.
That's a great line.
It really is. And what's fascinating is how this one anecdote tapped right into the bigger social conversation we're having about gender roles, about expectations, about what makes an ideal partner now.
And Swift herself kind of steered it that way, didn't she?
Absolutely. By focusing on the he listened part, not the $1 million price tag, she shifted the narrative away from just bling and towards the emotional meaning behind it all, which in a celebrity world obsessed with flash, that's actually a pretty powerful move.
It really is a huge narrative shift. From this very personal detail about the ring to the massive, unavoidable global impact of them just being together.
Which brings us to what we're calling the Traylor effect and the Fortress wedding. Because this wasn't just celebrity news. It was like a cultural tidal wave that just wiped other big stories off the map.
You could see it immediately. That $400 Ralph Lauren dress she wore in the photos, striped sundress.
Sold out, 20 minutes flat.
Crazy. But it went way beyond fashion.
Right.
The brand alignment was something else.
Oh, unprecedented. You had dozens of huge companies, some really unexpected ones like Duolingo,
Yeah.
Walmart, Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Serious?
Seriously, the Empire State Building, they all jumped on the news for social media buzz.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme did a giveaway. It shows their combined brand power isn't niche celebrity stuff. It's like mass market unifying cultural glue.
And it even reached into politics and sports.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns joked online that the engagement news totally buried their NFL schedule release.
Huh. Okay.
And think about this in today's super polarized world. You had both President Donald Trump and Democratic Representative Marcy Kaptur issuing congratulatory statements. When does that happen? It just shows how massive this story was. It was this rare moment that kind of cut across all the usual divides. Olive Garden, PolitiFact, rival politicians, all talking about the same thing.
And the A-lister reactions were pretty great, too. Lil Wayne stopping his concert.
In Kansas City, no less. Led the crowd in a Traylor cheer.
And Ed Sheeran finding out via Instagram because he doesn't have a phone. That's amazing.
That's true. Swift confirmed it was logistically challenging telling him big news.
I bet.
And don't forget the memes. Cillian Murphy's face, sitting next to her on Graham Norton while she's showing the ring.
Yeah.
His completely stoic, unreadable expression, instant meme gold. This engagement literally fed every corner of the internet.
Okay, so looking forward now, the wedding, the plans seem, well, kind of contradictory at first glance.
Yeah, you hear private affair from some sources, but then Swift herself has apparently said it'll be huge. How does that square?
So what's the deal?
It sounds like they're going for the fortress wedding model. Think of it this way. Private refers to the security. Ironclad, meaning intense, top-level security measures and non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, for every single person working the event. Florists, caterers, technicians, everyone. The goal is to keep it hermetically sealed. No leaks. That's the operational privacy.
Okay, that makes sense for private. So where does huge come in?
The guest list. Reportedly, Swift wants to be big, inclusive. She wants to avoid the stress and drama of cutting people, making those tiny exclusive lists. She wants to celebrate with everyone important to them.
So huge guest list, but Fort Knox security around it.
Exactly. Big party, but zero information gets out.
And the timeline. When are we thinking?
Looks like early 2026 is the target. That gives her time to finish the whole promotional cycle for her new album, The Life of a Showgirl.
Makes sense. And fittingly.
They're live music kind of people, as Kelce put it.
Right. And Swift joked, maybe half joked, that Ed Sheeran will almost certainly perform if a stage is present.
You can probably bet on that one.
You know, what really stands out when you lay it all out is how they've managed this whole thing, moving from pure rumor and speculation to this, like, solid reality.
Yeah.
Using really sophisticated planning, the secret garden, the PR strategy, now this fortress wedding idea, all to protect their actual connection while living under this insane global microscope. They really are in their endgame era now.
Absolutely. And their story, it's almost like a playbook for navigating modern mega fame.
Yeah.
They've shown that in this age where everything leaks, maybe the biggest romantic gesture isn't just the diamond or the flowers.
It's the planning.
It's the disciplined, long-term commitment, first to actually listening, and second to building this operational wall to protect the real moment, the authentic connection from the craziness outside.
That's a really interesting thought. Protecting the authenticity through planning.
It's kind of the ultimate defense mechanism in their world, maybe.
Well, if you love diving deep into the planning, the psychology, and yeah, the cultural fallout of this massive celebrity event, make sure you subscribe. We've definitely got even crazier stories coming up.
You've been listening to this deep dive, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.